Welcome to Voice of Reason, the Tri-State's most famous podcast and the most respected podcast here in the Eastern Seaboard. And we are here at the Tropicana, world's famous Tropicana Hotel and Casino here in Atlantic City, New Jersey, the official kickoff to the 81st Annual Maxwell Football Club Awards Gala. This is actually the official press conference, and this will be a two-part episode of Voice of Reason. So we're definitely looking forward to being here, and we have a star-studded panelists, and I believe among the panelists, Baker Mayfield from University of Oklahoma, the Heisman Trophy, Trophy winner. In fact, they're announcing press conference again will start in just a few minutes. So they're going to start just about any second, and we will have a Q&A with the Heisman winner, Baker Mayfield, Shaquem Griffin, the fastest man to run the 40-yard dash as a linebacker in over 12 years. Bobby Bowden, I think, is supposed to be here among the names. We'll find the names to go with the faces. So we're going to get you set to go, and we'll have a live look audio edition. This will be the first of a two-part episode of the awards gala, which we'll have later on tonight. A video edition. Mike Young will join us later on in the day, and we look forward to seeing everybody there. Until then, I'm Jake Schwartz again for Voice of Reason here at the Tropicana, Atlantic City for the Maxwell Football Club here in AC. Actually, we're going to stay here and we're going to listen in again here at the Tropicana Hotel and Casino.
One of these things has ever started at 11 o'clock before, but we're doing it. So good morning and welcome to the press conference for the award recipients and honorees here at the 81st Annual Maxwell Awards Gala at the Tropicana, Atlantic City. And what an event we have for you today. Since 1935, the Maxwell Tropicana, Atlantic City, we share a room with coaches and innovators and athletes who have elevated this game and keep the spirit of the Maxwell Football Club. We will begin now with a few remarks from Maxwell Club President Mark Diano. Mark?
Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure and privilege to welcome everyone to the 81st Annual Maxwell Football Club Awards. I want to start out first and foremost by thanking all of our winners. Having been a former winner, I know how exciting it is, and I know that tonight is going to be a great gala event, and we thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to come and join us. We really appreciate it. Our guests, our sponsors, everybody appreciates that. So thank you all very much for that. Secondly, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors. You'll see some of them rolling on the screen over here. They are integral, obviously, to putting on such a great event down here at Tropicana. And last, but certainly not least, I want to thank our partner and host, Tropicana, Atlantic City. And I'd like to give a special shout out to Tony Rodeo, the president and CEO of Tropicana Entertainment, and Eric Fiacco, the chief marketing officer for Tropicana Entertainment. What they do and their staffs do is makes this the absolute best football banquet in the entire country, and they are the tremendous hosts that we have here today. So I want to thank them, and it's my pleasure to introduce Tony, who's going to say a couple words. Tony.
Thanks, Mark. And good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming. I don't want to be repetitive, but also congratulations to all the winners. I just wanted to quickly say thanks to Mark, to Ron Jaworski, and the Maxwell Club for choosing us again for the fourth year in a row to be their partners to hosting this event. It really has been a great experience for us, and it kind of speaks to our one of our corporate cultures. We always want to offer more. We think this ties in perfectly with that, our drive to do that. This is a diversified, more exciting experience than certainly our competitors. Again, we thank you so much for choosing us. And particularly tonight, this is going to be an incredible evening given there was a football game. I don't know if anybody knows, a few weeks back that a lot of local fans are pretty interested in. So I think that that's going to make tonight's event even more special. So again, thanks for choosing us, and have a great evening, everybody.
So now just a little bit about the run of show. I'm going to introduce the recipients that are here and present today. Then after that time, I'm going to ask that everyone remain seated for a few moments while we kind of break down the room so that we can then do our breakout sessions. We're going to have about 10 to 12 minutes of just open question time, so there will not be any open questions from the press conference today. It'll be up here with the recipients. We ask people please stay off the stage. Our first recipient, you talk about a resume of success on and off the football field. A U.S. Army All-American at St. Peter's Prep, the Notre Dame-bound Shane Simon was one of the top high school players in the nation. Not only is he fantastic on the field, this young man boasts a 4.0 GPA, a role model for what a student athlete is truly all about. Please put your hands. Younger brother is here and will probably be an award recipient at some point. He looks like he's going to be a player as well. So, from being the Big 12's Freshman of the Year to a career that finished with over 14,000 passing yards and 129 touchdowns, Baker Mayfield is one of the most electric quarterbacks college football has ever seen. A passion for winning and a strong arm makes him a most interesting candidate for a number of teams. Surely he will be one of the top picks in next month's NFL draft. The Maxwell Award for college football's top player, Baker Mayfield. The son of NFL legend Troy Vincent, this next athlete is making a name of his own. Tayron Vincent was a standout at IMG Academy and is headed to Ohio State among dozens of college offers from top programs. During 2 years at IMG, he accrued 172 tackles and 11 sacks. The 2017 annual National High School Defensive Player opened eyes. 92 tackles last year, 11 and a half sacks, is a testament to Griffin's ability. The Uplifting Athletes Rare Disease Champion Award, Shaq Griffin.
This concludes at least the speaking edition of of today's press conference of the Maxwell Football Club here at the Tropicana Hotel and Casino, and we're going to be joined hopefully in a few moments by some of the panelists. It'll take about 10 to 12 minutes. Thank you. Again, we'll talk to some people and then we'll get right back to you. All right, so here we are again inside the Maxwell Football Club Award press conference here at the beautiful Tropicana Hotel Casino. I've got one of a very special guest here today here at the 81st Annual Maxwell Football Awards Club. The man who, anybody who's been making headwaves during the NFL Draft Combine in Indianapolis, this gentleman certainly has shown that. The fastest linebacker besides myself in over 12 years, I'm only teasing, the fastest speed of a linebacker in over 12 years, Shaq Griffin from UCF. How you doing, Shaq?
I'm doing good.
That's congratulations. First off, you win the. Hold on, just 1 second.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want you to get the wrong one. You said
Oh, hold on. I can erase it.
I must say it's
We can edit it out. It's okay. We'll edit it out. What is your name again, young man?
No, it's Shaquille Griffin.
Shaquille.
You know I have a twin.
You do. I did not.
I play for Seattle.
Oh, that's right. Shaquille Griffin from the Seattle Seahawks. I'm so sorry. Well, you know what? We can edit this out, and even if we can roll. First off, welcome to the Maxwell Football Club Awards Show. It's good to have you on here on Voice of Reason, and congratulations to your brother, actually, who did win the award for Uplifting Athletes. That was the Rare Uplifting Athletes Award. What a great story on your brother. Fastest linebacker in the Combine in over 12 years. What does this mean to you?
It means the world to me to get a chance to understand that.
I still can't believe it. The guy's got a twin. It's unbelievable. It's incognito. You've currently played for the Seattle Seahawks. Have you ever been here to the Maxwell Football Club Awards Show yourself?
No. This is my first time. This is my first time.
What has been the best experience being here so far?
So far, just seeing how everybody's coming together and get a chance to see some great people and meet some great people. Who's come before my brother and. It's just experience of a lifetime to get a chance to actually, be in Atlantic City for the first time. So
You've never been to Atlantic City?
Yeah, this is my first time being in Atlantic City, so I'm enjoying every bit of it.
What has been some of the best, sites you've taken in since you came here?
Well, I haven't went too far. No, it's been busy, so I went to the little mall outlet, and just being here, And being here in Tropicana just has been an experience by itself, It's definitely a beautiful place.
Well, I was going to say, last night you could have gone with me to the restaurant, to a couple of restaurants, but let's be perfectly frank. I'm the guy who doesn't necessarily gamble, but what we can definitely tell you is that we do what we do at AC. We gamble ourselves. And that's what you were able to do when you were playing in high school. Now, tell everybody, where are the Griffins originally from?
Griffins are originally from St. Petersburg, Florida.
St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yeah.
And football is, and as we all know, football is definitely a religion out there.
Yeah, definitely. Florida, you can get some of the greatest athletes in Florida, but, that's around the country is also. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about Florida athletes.
Oh, yes, we do. Let's talk about some of the great, not only, but the great coaches that you yourself are playing for, a two-time national champion in USC, Pete Carroll. Nick Saban has been among those who has won at a Maxwell Award. I'm pretty sure your coach has been here to the Maxwell Football Club Awards show. Steve Spurrier was here last year. This year we have Bobby Bowden, the great Florida State coach. So it's just amazing to see from high school to college to pros all coming together as one.
Yeah, and it's awesome. That's why I said I'm so grateful and proud of my brother to be part of something so special. I know he's taking every bit of it and enjoying every moment of it.
Well, enjoy the rest of your night. Good to finally meet you, Shaquille Griffin from the Seattle Seahawks, and congrats, of course, to your brother, Shaquille.
Appreciate that.
Right. Shaquille Griffin here at the Tropicana Hotel Atlantic Casino with Jake Schwartz. All right, here at the Tropicana Hotel, back here at the Trop Hotel Casino here in Atlantic City. Again, it was so far, the press conference has gone well, and I've got a star-studded panel here with me today with Shane Simon, the pride of St. Peter's Prep in the New Jersey area, Jersey City. He won the Jim Henry Award, and to my left, the National High School Football High School Player of the Year. He needs no introductions. He is the pride of IMG in Bradenton, Florida, Teron Vincent. We'll get to who his famous father is in a few moments, but let's keep this going. Guys, it's a pleasure to have you on here.
Let's be here.
Welcome to Voice of Reason. Welcome to the world's or Tri-State's most famous show here in the here to service New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and many others. But we are thrilled that you are here with us today. And Shane, I want to start with yourself. First off, I want to congratulate you, Jim Henry Award. What does that mean to you to be here in a place like this?
I'm just honored to be around all these great athletes and great football players, and to be recognized as one of the top players in the state and the country. It's an amazing honor.
There's so much talent here in the New Jersey area. I've never seen talent this good, from Don Bosco to all the way down to the South Jersey area. And, of course, I know you've been around the PA area. You've seen, like, Archbishop Wood and St. Joe's Prep. So what is the big difference between, like, Jersey and Pennsylvania, that type of competition in football?
Pennsylvania has really good competition, but in Jersey, I think we all know each other, and we all know that we're pretty good, and we're all kind of close. So we see each other every weekend, and we work out each other in the summer. So we're all really close, and we just play together and against each other.
What have you enjoyed so far being down here at the Trop?
I just got here. We got here today.
You just got here today?
Yeah.
You didn't stay overnight?
No. But I enjoy just hanging out with the guys and just like talking to them and seeing how they are.
I want to, because we're going to get to this guy in a few minutes. This guy to your left is one of the most respected athletes in all of football, Teron Vincent. What do you know about him?
We played together in the Army All-American game.
Okay.
And so, I know he's a tremendous player, and he's going to be he's a great Buckeye.
Yes. We're going to bring this gentleman in here, Teron Vincent. Welcome. Voice of Reason. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
It's good to see. It's good to talk to you first and foremost. Congratulations, National High School Football Player of the Year. The pride of officially. Are you from Florida officially, or where do you currently live when you're not at IMG?
Northern Virginia.
Northern Virginia. Okay. And you are currently enjoying your stay here at the Maxwell. What has been the best part of being here so far?
Just meeting all the great athletes and seeing the footprints they made. So.
Yeah, they definitely have, and you go from high school to college to professionals, and I'll bring Shane back in a few minutes. I know it's such a thrill. The fact that this man just got here today, you've been here for probably a few days. Have you met anybody, I guess, any people that have given you any pointers and tips?
I've just been with my family this whole time, so
Let's take a quick second about that. Your father, the great Pennsbury, Troy Vincent, played over a decade in the NFL with his hometown Eagles. I'm told that Troy Vincent Gym, named after him out in Pennsbury, out in Fairless Hills, had a phenomenal career. He went to Wisconsin, but you're going to play for Urban Meyer at the Ohio State. What was his first reaction?
Well, we go back and forth like every time they play each other, or just highlights from each other games.
Aside from that, he's a very good dad. He's been a great role model to you, right? He's been able to. What was the highlight of playing for a school like IMG?
Just traveling to all the states and seeing, pretty much going across the country.
All right, and you're being honored tonight again. As the high school National Player of the Year. Teron, you were excused. Thank you so much for your time. Good to finally meet you. Again, I've been a fan of yours. One last question before I let you go, Shane. You, again, as mentioned, Jim Henry Award. And as mentioned, what is going on with your college situation?
I'm committed to Notre Dame.
Very exciting. And you'll be playing for Brian Kelly. What will that thrill be like next year?
It'll be great to play in that environment, that atmosphere. Notre Dame has a great, tremendous football tradition, and I'm excited to be there.
And we got, again, as mentioned, Shane Scott and Teron Vincent joining us here on Voice of Reason. Guys, congratulations. Enjoy the Maxwell Awards. Jake Schwartz here again with Shane Scott of St. Peter's Prep, headed to Notre Dame. Teron Vincent of IMG Academy. Thank you. Once again, we're going to make a quick update. Teron Vincent, not Teron. Teron Vincent was our guest again, as mentioned. So we're going to mention that, Teron Vincent. All right, so we're on a little bit of a quick time limit. So we'll make this a 60-second interview, and I got Baker Mayfield, the Heisman Trophy winner. First off, Baker, congratulations. Well-deserved honor, and you are this year's Maxwell Football Club College Football Player of the Year. Baker, how are you?
Doing great. How are you?
It's good to have you here. It's good to talk to you finally. I've been a fan of yours for many years. You're here on Voice of Reason, the Tri-State's most famous show. It's going to be the world's most famous, but give it some time. What does it mean to be here in Atlantic City, New Jersey?
Huge honor. You know, the fact that I'm able to be here around other guys, some special people. It's a blessing to be here. You know, it shows I had a lot of support and help along the way, but I'm enjoying the process.
You got the national champion Minka Fitzpatrick of Alabama. You've got Carson Wentz of the Eagles and Doug Peterson, coach and player. You're just among some of the biggest names and the biggest type of honors here tonight. Bobby Bowden is among those names. Teron Vincent, High School Player of the Year, and future Notre Dame commit Shane Scott. So this is definitely, again, just a cool, unbelievable resume, though. So when you use this to go to the Maxwell, how forward do you plan to move when you head into the NFL draft this coming April?
Wait, one more time.
Well, the question was that with all these awards, all great type of honors, you can take that award and use that moving forward when you go into the NFL draft, I guess.
It's a great honor, but for me, the mentality of making the next step, I have to start from square one.
Yes,
so,
of course.
You know, I'm going to enjoy this right now. It's kind of the last thing from the college season, so I'm going to enjoy that. But for me, it's getting back to work, enjoying this right now, and then realizing I have to make the next step forward. The most important one's always the next one, so I got to focus on that.
Right. Baker Mayfield, congratulations again, College Football Player of the Year here at the Maxwell Football Club. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Jake Schwartz again with Baker Mayfield. Right, and here again at Tropicana here at Atlantic City Maxwell Football Club here with we go from Heisman to national champion, the defensive college football player of the year, Mr. Minka Fitzpatrick. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It is a pleasure to have you on the most famous podcast. I still call it the Tri-State, but it is the most famous podcast, Voice of Reason.
Yes,
and you look fantastic, by the way, even though this is audio, and we congratulate you. The Chuck Bednarik Award, again, given to the best defenseman here at the Maxwell Football Club. What honor does that mean to you?
It's a huge honor. You know, it's a prestigious award named after a great player, and there's great history behind it.
There are so many different awards again that are given, and there are so many different people that fill the stands. Last year, your coach Nick Saban was here in attendance, and playing for a guy like Nick Saban must be the biggest honor.
Yes.
What is it like playing for a guy like Nick?
It's a huge honor. He has 42 years, I think, experience, or 40 plus years experience coaching the game, and he does a great job since he's been there, since he's been coaching. I learned a lot from him. Yeah. He's taught me a lot. It's been hard on me, but he got me a whole lot better.
You're going to take that next step. You are planning on entering the draft, that is correct?
Yes, sir.
And whatever happens, I guess, from here, what's going to be the focus and mentality? You had a great 4 years, a couple national titles over in Alabama. Now, officially, you won how many?
2.
Still, it's better than none.
2 out of 3. Yeah.
2 out of 3 is still better than none.
Yes, sir.
What will be the moving forward?
Moving forward is just going there, establishing myself as one of the best defensive backs in the league, winning Super Bowls with my team, and just having fun.
Minka Fitzpatrick sounds like he's had a great time here at the Tropicana Hotel. I know you've got a busy day. Minka, we appreciate you stopping by, and good luck the rest of the way, and good luck in the draft.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Minka Fitzpatrick, St. Peter's Prep Zone, New Jersey Zone, I should say, here at the Maxwell Football Club, here at the 81st Annual Tropicana Hotel and Casino. We're just outside the, I guess you could say, the South Tower here at the Tropicana Hotel and Casino. This is, again, for the running of the 81st Annual Maxwell Football Club. This is part one of Voice of Reason's coverage of the MFC Awards Gala. Tonight we'll be, again, doing video, and it is a pleasure to bring back one of my favorite guests here on Voice of Reason, one of my favorite people, both on and off the field, Mr. Invincible himself, Vince Papali. Hello, Vince.
Great to be here. I try to be reasonable today. I think I'm still in the afterglow and the hangover from the Super Bowl.
Boy.
Oh, my God. It was just amazing.
You
the
know
greatest
what?
experience ever.
It's actually, I was going to say, this podcast is not officially home to our new world champion Eagles, but you know what? It might as well be, because what a game we saw. I wasn't there. I'm sure you were.
I was there with my family, and that's what made it so special.
Yes, you were a fan. You weren't actually.
I was a fan. I am the fan. I'm not. I'm not that guy. I'm not the commentator anymore. I'm not the guy up there. I'll see you tonight, Coach. I'm not the commentator. I'm that guy that's up there that's just having a ball like everybody else. Wondering why this, why that, relishing in the ups and and sort of some of the downs and suffering with the downs. But more man to man, that game there were so many more ups, and what a masterful job that was done by the Eagles, their team, and especially Doug Peterson. It was just incredible.
Yeah, it's just an amazing atmosphere. The whole game itself was, and I thought the most even Super Bowl in the 32 years I've ever been alive. I've never watched a Super Bowl that was just that even and that competitive as well as that good. And I wanted to talk about tonight, the Maxwell Awards. 81 years now here in Atlantic City. We were here last year. We had a nice chat about it. What does it mean to be a part of a special night and a special event?
I think you just said the correct word. It is very special. And, a lot of people, when they ask what's the Maxwell, they always try to compare it to the Heisman. And you can't do that, because the Heisman's just college. For the Maxwell, it's just all levels of football, from high school to collegiate to pros, and all kinds of different awards, from the greatest to the best to the most inspiration to the most courageous, and there's so many awards are going to be given tonight. It'll be very emotional. I know it's going to be rowdy, of course, with Doug Peterson and Carson Wentz having gotten their awards, and I wish somehow they could have found a way to get Nick Foles awarded here because of what he did, man. You talk about there should be an award like the Next Man Up Award or something like that, and that would have been the guy. But, it's going to be a great night, and they do a wonderful job here at the Trop. We're real excited about it, and I can't wait to be a part of it. I'm going to be introducing Coach Price for the Spirit Award with Lou Tilley. And I just saw that's the coach. I was just saying, hey, Coach, I'll see you tonight. That was him just walking by.
Coach Greco.
Greco, yeah.
And Greco from Delaware Valley, yeah.
No. He's another one. That was the other one. There were two. Yeah, he got the Tri-State coach.
Coach Price, yes.
Yeah,
gotcha.
That's right. So anyway, I'm very excited to be a part of it. And,
how long have you been coming here to the back?
I've been coming here since, I guess my playing days. But without a doubt, I've been on the board for the last 30 years. And very proud to be associated with it. But to me, the pride comes in what they're doing for high school kids and the recognition that they get, not only just as great football players, but student athletes. And that's what it's all about. This is the best of the best. This is the Top Gun of all sports, of football sports awards in the country, without a doubt.
Yeah, and you also have a new president at the Maxwell Football Club. That's Mark DiNardo, who replaces longtime President Ron Jaworski. What has Mark done so far, I guess, since he, as a former Maxwell Football Club award winner, would you say he's definitely worked his way into his new role?
Well, I really don't. I've known Mark forever, and I've always known him in that secondary role because Ron and his, his personality and his presence and her persona, he's bigger than life, and and everybody that's working with Ron. It's if you understand where I'm coming from. So I know Mark forever, and this is his rookie year, and so far so good. I really like the new format here with the the press conference, and we'll see what happens. But I have all the confidence in him. He's a hard worker and a former award winner here with Maxwell, and he's a Philly guy, and I know he's going to take it to another level, and that's what they need to do. You can't stay where you can't be stagnant and stay where you are. You got to continually improve yourself and innovate, and looks like so far so good. So I'm real excited about how tonight turns out.
Hey, I'm just glad that I'm able to actually do interviews with different people here in the morning. Again, whether or not I'll be sticking around for the evening, again, that'll be up to personnel. But you know what? I'm thrilled just to be here this morning and meet some different people, talking with Heisman winner Baker Mayfield and national champion Minka Fitzpatrick. And if we get a chance, maybe we'll talk with, again, you got 2, if not 4 Eagles getting honored tonight, and that's GM Howie Roseman, Carson Wentz, Doug Peterson, and Chris Long. What does that say about Philadelphia?
It says volumes about Philadelphia and the kind of team that they have, and the team that was put together, that was performed out there with Doug, of course, but Howie, a big part in what he did, and he has to get a lot of credit for all that. But you know what? It was just really nice to see this team develop and grow as a team. And that's a key word, and one of Doug's key words is also hustle. Yeah. And that's what he asked. It takes no talent to hustle, and he asks everybody to hustle. And it's just going to be very, very cool tonight with everybody coming together, rooting our Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. I gave a speech yesterday in Philadelphia. I was at the Lowe's Hotel, and there were 50. There were people that representing 50 states from around the country. There were 200 people, and I was in. There was a big convention coming in Philly in September, and these were the representatives for all these, whatever this group is, electrical contractors group that's coming back in, and they were the reps for those groups from 50 states. And the reaction of them, because we're the Super Bowl champions, was like nothing you could possibly imagine. We could have gotten all the awards in the world as a city, but when you say you're the Super Bowl champ, it takes you to a different level. And this isn't to denigrate Stanley Cup champ, NBA champ, World Series champ. The Super Bowl, baby, is a mother load of them all. We're that, and I'm just so excited for it.
Yeah, and again, as mentioned, we've got a great night coming up. The Maxwell Football Club, that'll be later this evening. Again, 8 o'clock will be the official showtime, starting with the dinner at 6. Actually, starting with the cocktail party at 4:30, dinner at 6, and at 8 o'clock, hosted by the great Lou Tilley of the Judge Company. Vince Papali, as always, we thank you for stopping by here on Voice of Reason. Always good to see you, and we'll definitely catch up.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Vince Papali again from here at the Tropicana Atlantic City Hotel and Casino. All right, so here we are again outside the Tropicana Hotel and Casino here in Atlantic City, New Jersey. It's been a great, certainly first day or first start here to this podcast. And again, as mentioned, looks like there's been a little bit of change of plans. We will stick to audio. We will stay with audio for the rest of the day. And we want to thank all of our guests for coming on here on another edition of Voice of Reason. We want to thank from the Heisman winner Baker Mayfield to national champion Minka Fitzpatrick to the National High School Player of the Year, Teron, not Tayron, but Teron Vincent, the son of Troy Vincent, the former Philadelphia Eagle, and many other, I guess you could say, teams that he played for. It's going to be a great night again. We will hang around and watch the running of the 81st Annual Maxwell Football Club Awards. Will be hosted by ABC Channel 6 own Jeff Skaversky is going to come on, hopefully, if we can get some consent. We'll talk with him. We'll also have the man who is in charge of the media relations of the Maxwell Football Club, Mark Wolpert, and the new president, Mark DiNardo of the Maxwell Football Club Awards, is going to hopefully come on and give us a few minutes again of his time. But until then, thanks to everybody who attended the Maxwell Football Club press conference. On to the show, as they say. On with the show. We'll see you all again later on tonight. I'm Jake Schwartz again for Part 1. Part 2 is up next. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Part 2 of the Maxwell Football Club for another edition of Voice of Reason. This is Jake Schwartz, the tri-state, if not the world's most famous podcast. And we want to thank all our guests that came on at the press conference early this morning, from Baker Mayfield to Shane Simon. It's not Shane Scott, it's Shane Simon, the future Notre Dame bound from St. Peter's Prep. We want to thank Teron Vincent, not Teron, Teron Vincent was also among the guests that came on, and the Heisman hopeful again, Baker Mayfield, was among the biggest names. We're trying to get Mark Walpert of the Maxwell Football Club, and of course, Mark Denaro, the new president of the Maxwell Football Club. Those of you wondering, no, Ron Jaworski is no longer Maxwell Football Club president. He is officially retired. Mark Denaro now taking over. The local Maple Glen resident has taken over for him. This will be an audio edition of Voice of Reason. We've already posted multiple things on Twitter as the crowd is starting to arrive again, as mentioned, here in the fourth floor here at the Tropicana Casino, one of the most respected casinos here in the United States. We'll definitely talk with more people right after this. Kevin, how are you, my friend? Jake Schwartz, the best one out of Philadelphia.
Oh, nice.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
How
my
are
wife,
Jake
Monica.
Schwartz?
How are you, Jake?
Do you, Jake?
Oh, Jake.
Sorry.
Jake.
Do you actually have It's just an audio. We'll make it brief. You know, speaking of people, we got some great personnel here today with ESPN's Kevin Nagandi. This guy went to the same college as me, the Pride of Temple. Kevin, how are you, man?
I'm good. Good to see a fellow L.
Great to see you as always. And what does the Maxwell Football Club mean to you, sir? As I see you brought, of course, your lovely wife is here with you. This is a great event, 81 years and counting. And I was just mentioning to the crowd, in the internet land, that we have the opportunity to see the stars from high school, college, and even the pros.
To me, it means prestige. When you look at the rich history of the Maxwell and what they've done through the years, and in recognizing excellence in all three levels, as you have mentioned, tonight's going to be really special.
I think prestige, you just said it best. It's a great word to definitely mention. Now, you've been at ESPN. How long officially have you been at ESPN?
Nearly 12 years.
It's unbelievable.
Been a blur.
And you are friends with another mutual friend of mine, Gene Kalber, Susie Kalber's father.
Yes.
Gene actually was the one who linked me up with our friend Lou Tilley. When you think of guys like Lou and Mark Walbert and the new president, Mark Denaro, and even your old colleague, Ron Jaworski, what can you say about what they did to keep this thing going for 8 decades?
You know what I love about those guys? They understand what football means to the city of Philadelphia. They understand that why we're doing this. And to me, when you can bring everybody together and you can celebrate on one big night, for me, it's a local award, but you're bringing national people here from around the country. I get great pride out of it.
How long officially have you been attending the Maxwell?
This is my first year.
Yeah,
That's why I think
and you know what?
special.
The second year, and I'm already getting just jitters and vibes. I mean, you're blown away by all the best people. Because earlier today we had a great Q&A with some of the high school, college, and pros. We had Troy Vincent's son. We had Baker Mayfield. Just the list. Minka Fitzpatrick of the national champion. Just the list not go on and on. Again, tonight the stars will certainly be shining. But tonight we as a football group can come together as one, and hopefully soon we can have our Temple Owls and Jeff Collins maybe on the grandest stage of all.
My fingers are crossed on that. And you know what? Jeff's been great. And the one thing Jeff's been great about is he's allowing everybody on campus and around that program to dream big. And the idea that he mentions, hey, let's go to the Cotton Bowl, let's be undefeated. After you saw what Central Florida did, I think it's realistic.
Well, Kevin Nagandi, I know you've got a busy schedule. We want to thank you again for joining us. Go Owls, as they say. Fight for the cherry and white. Kevin Nagandi here on another edition of Voice of Reason at the Maxwell Football Club. Thank you, Kevin.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Jake Schwartz again here with ESPN's Kevin Nagandi. It was a great night again here at the Maxwell Football Club. Here at the Tropicana Atlantic City Hotel Casino. Our again, the guests have just about left. They're checking in, hopefully before they head home to their respective states. And I got a guy here with me I absolutely love. One of my favorite people in the world, both on and off the field, the great Brian Baldinger, the great Duke Blue Devil. He played certainly over, how many years officially was it in the football? 12 years. Brian Baldinger, welcome to Voice of Reason. It's so good to see you again as always, my friend.
Thank you. It was a great night. Great night of football on so many different levels.
It was, and you did a phenomenal job. You were one of the presenters tonight. What was the highlight tonight of being here at the Maxwell Football Club?
Well, for me, I know a lot of the guys that have been here, from Dick Vermeil and Doug Peterson, and I just think, just seeing Doug and Howie and the Eagles, Brian Westbrook, you got the Eagles just being represented here in front of basically hometown fans. I think that was a big deal, a big deal. and there was Philadelphia flavor throughout the night. Howie winning, humanitarian award, Doug winning the Coach of the Year award, seeing Carson up on film. It was great for all Eagle fans because I think the celebration is still going on. But it was great for me. I mean, talking to Baker Mayfield and Shaquem Griffin and some of the college kids that are, going to be NFL players. I mean, it was great for me talking to those kids.
And I started the morning with the press conference where I got to meet Shaquille, his twin, and Baker, and get a chance to chat with them, have a chance to talk to them on the show. We mentioned some stuff about what the future is going to hold for a lot of these people. And, tonight is a chance to see past, present, and future all at once. Do you feel like we saw something like that tonight?
Oh, no question about it. No question. I mean, even some of the high school kids that won awards,
like
the local
Troy
kids.
Vincent's son, Teron Vincent.
Yeah.
Justin Watson of Penn.
Yeah. So, I mean, because we may see them at the next level at some point. But, just to see, Minka Fitzpatrick and to see Shaquem Griffin and to see, a Baker, for Baker, like I was talking to him here a week ago at this time, he's getting ready for the Combine, and it's a big deal for him. Then he's out at the NFL Network in Los Angeles, and they're running him all over here. And here he is flying in, stopping on Wawa, getting a cup of coffee, and coming here. Like, it's not easy. You're trying to train. You're getting your mind right for pro days, all these things. Oh, yeah. But here he is, and then he presents himself really, really well. And so I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. So I mean, it was just it was great seeing and to see the story that Shaquem Griffin is an amazing story.
And I was a fan of yours growing up as a kid. I never thought I'd ever see the day you and I would actually be friends. Tell everybody out there at Voice of Reason what Brian Baldinger, is doing these days.
Well, I work for the NFL Network, and I work for Fox Sports doing college football. I announce the NFL games on Sunday for national radio. I'm presently getting ready to start a new show with Ron Jaworski at NFL Films.
Okay.
So it's a hardcore football show. We have Steve Spagnuolo coming over and Doug Peterson, and Tony Romo might be coming in. But we have a bunch of good guests, and we're just going to sit in a film room and really teach the game of football to any fan that's interested in learning more about the game, coverages and blitzes and formations and pass routes. And we're going to just break the game down the way me and Jaws love to do. And I think it's going to be a really great show.
Well, what I think Michael Jordan is to basketball, you certainly are offensively to the National Football League. Brian Baldinger, who's still, again, one of my favorite people in the universe. I always enjoy seeing you both, whether it's golf outings, whether it's the Maxwell Club, or really anywhere else, and even Eagles games. You're still one of my favorite color commentators for Eagle preseason. Brian Baldinger, thank you so much for being here, Voice of Reason. A pleasure again, as always, to see you, and we will definitely catch up. Jake Schwartz here at the Tropicana Hotel and Casino with Brian Baldinger.
All right, thanks, Jay.
All right, thanks, Baldy.
You got it.
All right. And we're back here again at the Maxwell Football Club here at another edition of Voice of Reason here at the Tropicana Hotel Casino here in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Jake Schwartz again, and it's been certainly a great day. Unfortunately, due to personnel of the Maxwell Football Club, we will go into the showroom in a few hours from now. Unfortunately, due to staff concerns, we have been barred at least from the cocktail and dinner portion, which we knew we would take a break for dinner anyway, but we're not even allowed, again, as mentioned, on that specific floor, and we're okay with that. In the meantime, though, we are going to get ready again for the show, and we want to thank all of our guests. Unfortunately, we will not be allowed to take any more requests. We want to thank all of our guests that joined us today, from Baker Mayfield, the Heisman winner, to Minka Fitzpatrick, Kevin Nagandi, Vince Papale. It was a great day again, as mentioned, starting at the morning session where we had the best high school, college, and pros in the country. Until then, don't forget, coming up this week, we've got a great session. I'll be at the state championship or state playoffs on Saturday afternoon, where we'll have various high school teams. And for more information on that, PIAA.org is your official source. On Sunday, we'll be back here in New Jersey, but not in Atlantic City area. We will be in Central New Jersey, Rutgers University, the group championships. Also tomorrow, my Roselle Catholic High School team will look to win yet its fourth NJSIA state championship when it battles Rady Prep. And for those of you who are wondering why is it so special for Rady Prep, it's special for one simple thing. Rady Prep is not just fighting for their first title, Well, they're fighting in respect and in honor of a young man. For those of you who are wondering, one of my good friends, Taj Holden, is the head basketball coach at Ranny. Taj's 16-month-old son, I'm told, is diagnosed with a form of cancer. From all of us at Voice of Reason, our thoughts and prayers are with the entire Holden family, to Taj and to his wife and to his children. And Taj is just an incredible person who I have unbelievable respect for, deserves all the respect in the world. In the meantime, though, we're definitely looking forward to seeing everybody at Rutgers. Should be a great day. In the group championships, groups 1, 2, 3, and 4 will all compete, and it'll also be for Selection Sunday. Next week we'll continue with states. The following week we'll head out to the state championship in Hershey, Pennsylvania. More than likely we'll work for Black Cager Sports, and you can find that on blackcagersports.com. Until then, enjoy the Maxwell Awards, everybody. From all of us, or enjoy the rest of the night. Stay safe and stay warm. I'm Jake Schwartz for another edition of the world's and tri-state most famous show, Voice of Reason. And if you have any questions, follow us on YouTube, Voice of Reason. Like us again on Twitter at Jacob Schwartz 23. Good night, everybody.